It's Breaking the News with Des Clark.
I'm Des Clark and this is Breaking the News, the show that breaks the week's news and asks four opinionated panellists to put it back together again. And this week we are coming to you from the heart of the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And we're joined by author Val McDermid and stand-up Andrew Maxwell, and facing off against them are comedians Jim Smith and Sophie Duker. In the news this week, an Aberdeen woman has won one of the world's toughest ultra-triathlons in Norway. The Norseman Extreme Triathlon involves a 3.8-kilometre swim, a 180-kilometre bike ride and a marathon, or as it's called in some parts of the Grampian area, going down the shops. June Spencer, the voice of Peggy Woolley on The Archers, has announced her retirement at the age of 103. She said she really loves the show, but doesn't want to be typecast. And Donald Trump has said his Florida home was raided by the FBI, who took away several boxes of his papers. The former president was furious, as he hadn't finished colouring some of them in. You've met the panel, let's crack on with round one. This is the Broken News round, where our teams have to guess two major stories of the week that have been mashed together into one single news headline. So Val and Andrew, can you tell me what the first story in the mashup is?
Ministers and
students across Scotland
are to hold talks tomorrow.
They've been arriving in the post or in text messages or email.
Yesterday, analysts forecast energy bills for a typical household would reach
Around £130,000
a year by January.
A more generous approach has been adopted to take into account ongoing disruption caused by
Energy company bosses.
I think it's something to do with the fact that we're all going to have to sell our children to pay the electricity bills.
Let me check. That's the right answer. Yes. It is indeed the news that, with dire warnings, energy bills could hit over £4,200 next year. Leading consumer expert Martin Lewis has described the situation as a national crisis on the scale of the COVID pandemic. Val, do you think this is a national crisis?
Aye. But unlike COVID, we can't afford to stay at home.
Yeah, it's sadly very true. Andrew, what do you think about this?
I think it's hot, Des. I think it's incredibly hot. And you want me to imagine a winter where I freeze to death. So hot. I don't want to complain, because I've been coming to the Fringe 27 years, and this is by far the best weather I've ever experienced in Scotland. I mean, God, yesterday was just perfect. It's just such a shame the rest of the planet has to die to make Scotland habitable. Everywhere else is on fire and you're in open-toed sandals for the first time in your life.
Sophie Duker, what do you make about this? Martin Lewis, the money-saving expert, says this is a national crisis. Is he right?
It feels like quite an underwhelming national crisis. Like, we had the war on drugs, and we had the war on guns, and now it's the war on lights. It's like, flick that switch. When I was growing up, every single time I left a light on, my mum acted like someone had died. And now someone might have.
You know, in in the olden days, folk would keep livestock in their houses for warmth and company. Now, the price of grain, because of droughts in the world caused by climate change, the price of grain is rising. A lot of farmers can't afford to keep their livestock over the winter. How would you like to take a cow, one of my cows, home? just a spare bedroom. Plus, but that's like having a radiator in your house.
Do me one favour, Jim. Don't tell Liz Truss about keeping my cow in the spare room.
Andrew, you're a man who can fix problems. What do you think the solution to all this is, then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, somehow they have to come up with some sort of answer. Luckily, between Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss, we have two of the finest minds.
Yeah.
Two of the sharpest...
Yes.
Sharpest tools At the disposal of the UK government, I can't wait. Either of them alone would be enough to sort the problem out.
Yeah.
But the two of them, it's the dream team, isn't it?
Couldn't agree
Liz
more.
Truss, can you believe she's going to be in charge of a nuclear fleet soon?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Liz Truss, I wouldn't give her a gift card.
Jim, you've touched upon a solution there, obviously. Any other thoughts as how we can solve this?
I would stop shaving, like today. Stop shaving, everything. Just grow as much hair as you can from now on. You have 4 months growth before the first frost.
Jim.
You'll have cuddled animals.
Oh, yes.
What's the warmest animal?
I'd have to say the Cheviot sheep. The Cheviot ewe. Yeah,
Yeah.
good thick wool. Yeah.
Is that it?
They're good. You know, and they're so much friendlier.
Right,
You know, they give back.
right. They will, like...
You know, they stay in touch. They just don't.
It means something to them.
Yeah.
Do they get jealous?
You know, there has been.
What?
It's,
When you
know.
break up with them, is it like, it's not you? Oh, no, it is.
All right.
No. Don't groan and applaud. I mean, you know. Yes, the energy bill crisis is the correct answer. Val and Andrew, well done. You get 2 points for that. To you now, Jim and Sophie. What was the other story we were after?
Is it that the Scottish exam pass rate has dropped since the pandemic?
Well, there you go. Yes, it
It's
is, of
gone
course.
down.
It's all about the exam results. Yeah, right answer. With nearly 140,000 students from 500 schools, colleges and training centres finding out how they did in their qualifications, the pass rate for pupils in Scotland has dropped from the levels seen in the 2 years when they were affected by COVID pandemic measures. As ever, one of the most important factors in determining your exam results is location. The ideal location, of course, being sat next to a kid who's smarter than you. Sophie, you've obviously caught this story whilst in Edinburgh. What did you make of the exam results then?
I don't think the exams matter that much. I mean, there's only 3 things that really determine life success. Looking cool in a leather jacket. Being able to say, "What's up?" and wearing shorts in the summer. You don't need A's.
I don't know what Fawn's world you're living in, but I want to be there.
Well, I think exam results are very important if you're a teenager. I mean, because we all know that parents give you money for good results. So if your results have gone down the Swanee, so is your summer holiday money.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of teenagers seeing their summer holidays just disappearing in the distance. Can't afford to go anywhere because I didn't get A's.
Millport again. There it is.
Burnt Island.
Oh.
No, let's not knock Fife.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to step outside and have that conversation, I'll happily accommodate you. You know.
oh yeah. I'll roll around in the dirt with you, Val. Don't you worry.
But don't you knock the Burnt Island shows.
Oh, not at all. I'm just
You
saying.
do know
there's
it's not an actual island. It's not.
Oh, I've been over there.
Yeah.
If you've never been there, Burnt Island, it's like, you know, Disneyland if Walt Disney had a fiver.
You'll not be going to Fife soon then.
I can't afford to cross that bridge.
So how important are exam results then? Sophie, do you think they're important?
I don't think they're important. I think the people that peak at 21 are the worst people. Like, it doesn't matter. And I think also the reason that people that got legitimate results during the pandemic were probably just, like, shut in their houses, not socialising. Like, they'll be good at, you know, working out maths problems, but they won't be any good at French kissing. So they're not going to succeed in the world. It's not about school.
A positive message to the Education Secretary who listens every week, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's who you know, not what
Yeah.
you know, anyway. And if you're really good looking like me, you get through life anyhow.
This is a nice quick one round the panel. What advice would you have for kids who got the results this week? Jim Smith, come on, you're a man that's respected. Talk to us. What advice would you have for kids who got the results this week?
Get to the doctors, get some penicillin. It'll be cleared up in a fortnight.
Val, what advice would you have for kids who got their results this week?
In 20 years' time, you'll look back on this and think it didn't matter a toss.
There you go.
Hey.
Val McDermott.
Don't panic. It feels very existential when you're a teenager, right? But then again, everything does. You're at the very height of your passions as a human being when you're in your late teens. But just remember, there'll always be a job for you. You know, for the last 20 years, they've been banging on that robots are going to take our jobs. The robots are coming. I'm like, are they, Des? The robots? May I remind everybody in this room that the robots cannot spot a lamppost in 9 pictures. Right? Ready?
Well done to our teams for getting the right answer. Of course, we're talking about this week's exam results. Yes, following the example of English A-levels, which are now marked 1 to 9 instead of A to F from next year's Scottish Highers, we'll have a new marking scale that runs from Yas to Ooft. Yes, well done, Jim and Sophie. You get 2 points for that. It was the mashup of the energy bill crisis and Scottish exam results. And at the end of that round, it is 2 points apiece. Now, much of our news is about public opinion, so this week, to find out what people are talking about, we've spoken to journalist and broadcaster Fiona Stalker and comedian and podcaster Teriam Boyd. So, Jim and Sophie, what do you think Fiona is on about here?
The phrase, a smile costs nothing. That's not strictly true, is it? Going to get my first filling. It must have been about the age of 8. But the thing that kept me going was that my mum had promised me a copy of Bunty. And we went straight to the newsagents. I got a copy of Bunty, and guess what? A packet of Spangles. The lesson perhaps wasn't learned.
Is it the dentist refusing to take on the NHS people?
That's the right answer. Well done. Yes, it is the news that a BBC investigation has found that 4 out of every 5 NHS dentists in Scotland are not accepting new adult patients for treatment on the health service. In fact, many people have resorted to pulling out their own teeth. Anything, really, to avoid watching the Tory leadership debates. So, how worried are you, Sophie, about the NHS dentistry shortage?
I don't really think people will miss them. Does anyone ever shouted, "Is there a dentist in the house? I really need a dentist, please. This woman, her teeth are slightly stained, please." No, we don't need good teeth. In these nations, we don't need good teeth.
Yeah.
Take pride in it. I've got a little hole in the front, you can put a straw through it. Smoothies are in.
What do you think about this then, Val, after the investigation? How worried are you about the shortage of NHS dentists?
Well, I think, in these circumstances, we just have to make do. I've been told that the red wax that goes round Edam cheese is really good if you soften that and put it in the hole in your teeth. It works. Apparently, it works very effectively, but, you smell like Dracula.
Are you one of those people, Jim, that hate going to the dentist?
I'm not fond of it. Once I get the jag, I'm all right. I'm like, numb me up, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not even a dentist. Where am I? If they should make it more exciting. They should make it more exciting. Like, they should, instead of that mouthwash, if I had like a Zambuca shot or something.
Aye. You wouldn't have spit that in the wee basin.
No way.
Andrew, what about you? Are you someone that hates going to the dentist?
Never been.
Oh, fair enough.
Never been to the dentist
Never?
in my life. Never.
No plans to ever go?
No. I can read travel magazines anywhere I like. I want to read a half-thumbed copy of TV Quick. I can do that. I can just buy that myself.
Well, it brings us on to the other question that has come out of this. Because you can't get access to a dentist, there's a lot of people resorting to DIY dentistry. Does that sound like something you would do?
I don't think I get into the medical side of it, but I think I would quite like to bling up my smile. Like I once really got obsessed with having like a grill, like the rappers have, and I didn't have any access to a Los Angeles madman, so I got out some aluminum foil from the kitchen. I put some aluminum foil, put it on my upper lip, and I left it on for about 6 hours thinking, I look really cool.
Was it fresh foil, or were you going, we bit of chicken Kiev there? Something for later.
I mean, by the end, it was all manner of...
yeah,
in there.
so I take it that really didn't work for you then?
It didn't work out for me, so lots of serrated slashes.
Good
my
try,
gums,
though.
But I look like a legend.
There you go. Many people turn to DIY dentistry. Would you do it, Val?
Not while there's whiskey in the cupboard.
Experts say the shortage of dentists is affecting people on a massive scale, which is also what Rylan has to get at every checkup. Yes, 4 and 5 of Scotland's dentists refusing new NHS patients is the right answer. 2 points go to Jim and Sophie. Now to you, Val and Andrew, what do you think Terium is talking about here?
I would describe myself as one of these. I believe it's an easier way to go through life, having a kind of philosophy of it is what it is, it may be what it may be, c'est la vie, things might be all right. And not only do I think that might be the case, I'm also hoping that'll be the case.
Aphorisms of positivity, is it?
Yeah, I'm going to give you that because you got the idea of positivity, and according to a new study from Harvard University, having a positive outlook could add an extra 4 years onto your life. So there you go. Val, what about you? Are you an optimist?
I think I am, by and large, in the face of all the odds. My partner's a pessimist, though. Always looks at the situation and figures out the 73 things that could go wrong. So she spends her life in a state of stunned joy when the things that could go wrong haven't gone wrong. So I'm thinking that maybe there's actually more joy in being a pessimist because you never get let down.
I could see that, yeah, and then you're constantly surprised when things don't go as badly as you think.
Exactly.
Do you think your attitude affects your health?
Oh, it definitely does. If you're optimistic, you'll want to invest in the future.
Yeah.
It'll make you eat a banana. Right, but if you think you're going to die tomorrow, you'll just have a Highland toffee instead, won't you?
Obviously, the world is maybe not in the best of places at the moment. What have we got to be optimistic about? Inspire us. Andrew Maxwell.
Football. That's always there.
If there's ever proof that it was good that we didn't go to Qatar, this is it.
One hot day in Edinburgh, we're dying. Val McDermott, what do you think? What have we got to be optimistic about?
I think generally creativity. You know, I'm in a band as well as being a writer. And when we're on the stage together, I mean, we're just a bunch of middle-aged writers having a great time. And we always come off the stage feeling fantastic. And so I think when people actually embrace the fact that you didn't have to be a good singer to sing, you just open your chest and sing.
Yeah.
You'll feel better. Everybody else around you might know, but you'll feel better.
Sophie Duker, what have we got to be optimistic about?
I think we've got to be optimistic about the sweet release of death. Oh, it's going to be great. It's just a little bit, and who knows how it's going to happen. It could be climate apocalypse. It could be a nuclear warhead. It's a bit of fun.
It's a bit of surprise.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Bit of a laugh at the end there. So there we go. We've got football, creativity and death. But Jim Smith, what have we got to be optimistic about?
Well, I would say my wee village school was in they're just shutting down because when I was there, it was there was about 50 pupils. But it's down to about 20, and it was going to be shutting. But I've produced two babies, so hopefully the school will be open, and they've just revamped the village hall.
So you're just producing kids to keep this school open?
Pretty much.
What a selfless man you are, Jim.
Well, you know, I had the kids with the head teacher, so it keeps her in a job. So.
Yes, an optimist and a pessimist have a different outlook on life. An optimist would say their Fringe show is half full, and a pessimist would say that they're lying about their ticket sales again. There you go, the news that optimists live longer is the right answer, and 2 points go to Val and Andrew. You're tuned to Breaking the News on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Des Clark. Now, this round is all about who is in the news, so I will play you a clip of a mystery person. All you have to do is tell me who it is. So, Val and Andrew, you're first this time. Who is this?
Each match got on, I felt, different. And going into the tournament, I was a little frustrated, but as each match went along, I definitely felt a lot better.
I think that might be Serena Williams.
Yes, it is one of the greatest athletes of all time. 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams, who this week announced she is going to retire or walk away from tennis. What do you make of that decision, Val?
I think it's exceptionally sane. I'm slightly concerned, though, about the way everybody's going on about what an inspiration she is. You know, that I can do it, so can you.
Yeah.
There's no way I can do it. Absolutely no way. I couldn't play one game of tennis. Never mind win 23 Grand Slams.
You've still got a Grand Slam in you, Val. Come on. French Open next year.
Let's go out and try that, Des.
I don't think I could. I
just don't think I could.
I couldn't grunt in a short skirt.
Come on.
I couldn't.
I've seen you do that.
Oh, they were just rumours.
Jim, I know you're a big sports fan as well. We're talking about one of the greatest of all time, Serena Williams. What do you make of this decision for her to retire?
I don't blame her. It's not as if she's sitting there, because you all work so you can retire, and she's won $94,588,910 dollars in prize money. I don't know what the 10 was. Maybe she won it in a scratch card or something. I don't know. But
what do you think about this then, Sophie? What do you make of this decision to retire now?
I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
No, the greats never retire. Remember when Hannah Gadsby, the comedian, was like, I'm retiring from comedy, and then did 85,000 Netflix specials. Like, she's coming back. Like, you're going to be walking down by a ping pong table tennis club. All these traumatized kids are going to be running out crying, and Serena's going to be there like a little old black lady, like, suck it! I'm still the greatest! She's going to come back.
Yeah, you're right. Sports stars always do come back at some point. What do you think the legacy of Serena Williams will be?
I think it's hard to see the immediate impact to someone that big. You can't see it in the days that follow her retirement, but in 2023, maybe 2024, Andrew's going to come back to the Fringe and have a whole hour that's just him grunting in a short skirt. And that will be magical to see.
Very quickly then, round the houses, we're talking about Serena Williams' retirement, but what have you planned for your retirement?
Why are we talking about our retirement? Now, this lot. You've seen it. I've never seen a bunch of low-flying angels like it. Honestly. You watch, there's a scythe coming for you, lot.
There again, the optimist, Andrew Maxwell.
I am. You're going to free up a lot of housing stock.
Jim Smith, what have you got planned for your retirement?
I'll never retire.
Keep going right to the end.
I'll keep going till I drop down and dead in a field one day. That's the way to go. And then I'm in two minds whether to get buried by the River Tay and maybe just don't plant flowers by my headstone. Maybe some tatties would be more appropriate. Or get cremated and then just get put into a fertiliser spreader and have me sprinkled the whole over my farm. That's where I want to be, mate.
Aww.
Doesn't he want a eulogy? He just wants a you.
2 points to Val and Andrew. That was tennis legend Serena Williams. To you, Jim and Sophie, it's your turn now. Who is this and why are they in the news?
Throughout my career, I've been called everything under the sun. Magician, mystifier, guru, prophet, and weirdo.
Very aptly summed up. Right, whose celebrity voice is that? Jim Smith.
Is it Willie Tate?
Willie Tate?
Aye.
Who's Willie Tate?
It's the boy who lives up the road for me. Sounds a lot like Willie. It sounds like Willie.
Just checking my producer. It's not Willie Tate.
Is it not?
It's not Willie Tate. Sophie, any thoughts as to who that voice belongs to?
Is it the spoon dude? Uri Geller.
Uri Geller,
Yeah.
the spoon dude, is the right answer. Yes, it is Uri Geller, who has declared Lamb Island in the Firth of Forth a micronation with his own flag, constitution and anthem. It comes as he also warned Vladimir Putin not to attack Scotland's west coast or he would use mind power to deflect and turn back Russian nuclear warheads. Yes, in response, a panicked Putin has ordered a recall of every single one of Russia's missiles, which are made out of spoons. Are you pleased to see the return of Uri Geller?
No. I worked with him. He's an absolute charlatan of the highest order.
Val, we're talking about Uri Geller. Are you pleased to see him back in the news?
Not especially. I've never understood what the fuss is. You know, you can bend metal with your mind. That's the hard way to do it. You know, can you just take your fork in both hands and bend it? You know, I can do that any day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he's going to work his magic on Lamb, which is this wee island in the middle of the Firth of Forth. I mean, because I'm fae Fife, and I know that Lamb regularly disappears in the Har, and then reappears when the sun comes out. And maybe we could get Uri on Lamb just as the Har comes down. And then when the sun came out again, he'd be gone. And we'd never have to bother about him again.
Oh, would that be a dream?
Absolutely.
But for the moment, Uri is still here and he is protecting Scotland. Do you think, Jim Smith, that Uri Geller is our best nuclear deterrent?
I'm not sure, But if there was a show called Lamb Island on the telly, I'd watch that.
Sophie, what do you think about this then? Uri Geller, is he our best nuclear deterrent?
Yeah, it's like it's a nuclear warhead. How are you going to stop that? Like, it could be Yuri using his mind. It could be Serena going to backhand it with like a tennis racket. Like, it's not like rock, paper, scissors. It's like rock, paper, scissors, gun. It's a nuclear warhead. If it's coming, we're all going to die, which, as I said before, will be great.
Many have doubted Uri Geller's abilities and say his powers never existed, like the Loch Ness Monster, unicorns, or the Ferguson Ferries. Uri Geller is the right answer, and 2 points go to Jim and Sophie! And it's time now for our final quick-fire round, which is all about deciphering the numbers in the news. So I will read out a headline. All the teams have to do is fill in the blanks. So get ready, teams. When we run out of time, you'll hear this.
You keep sliding off the point.
That's Richard Madeley there giving feedback after Judy's pole dancing class. Right, fingers on buzzers. Here we go. A third of parents think their children are not what? Val.
Human.
Brilliant. A third of parents think their children are not what? Jim.
Theirs.
A third of parents think their children are not what? Sophie.
Contributing proportionately to the energy bills.
A third of parents think their children are not what? Andrew.
Right in the head.
The answer is this. A third of parents think their children are not as street smart as they were at their age.
You keep sliding off the point.
Oh, there we go. That's the klaxon. Richard has Madeleyed. It means it's all over. And at the end of the quiz, our winners this week are Val McDermott and Andrew Maxwell. And commiserations to Sophie Duker and Jim Smith. And we'll leave you with the breaking news. Breaking news, Justin. Singer Matt Goss has signed up for this year's edition of Strictly Come Dancing after getting no joy in Tinder, Match.com or eHarmony. And Ancient Rowan and Chestnut are representing Scotland in 2022's Tree of the Year competition. Stiff, wooden and swaying in whatever way the wind blows, the trees have made a late push to win the Conservative leadership contest. And a Chinese restaurant in Torry, Aberdeen has been hit with a crippling £10,000 energy bill. The owner said it's not practical to save electricity by turning all the lights out, but they do dim sum. The news is broken. I've been Des Clark. Goodbye.